Hello guys, this is Tails86 here, and this is going to be a review about Muramasa The Demonblade, which was made by Vanillaware and published by Ignition Entertainment for 2009. This is a action platforming hack and slash title that is based off in feudal Japan around the time with demons and hell, and there are a lot of stuff. But anyway, we have two different characters that you can choose from, as well as two different styles. One style, which is, I believe, yeah, there it is, Muso and Shura. Shura being for veterans, and Muso for people who are not real skilled at the action games. So we're going to go to Muso since we haven't finished that one yet. You have two different story modes. You have Momohime's story mode and Kisuke's story mode. So we're going to start off with Momohime's. And we're going to talk about each character and tell a little bit about them, and as well as a little bit about the game. So, Momohime's story is she is a princess that has had her soul stolen from a very would-be swordsman who is bent on revenge and power. So, in a process of trying to steal someone else's body, he accidentally steals Momohime's, and Momohime is now just a little soul that floats around, having to follow all of, excuse me if I say this wrong, Jinkotsu's soul now being inside her body. Now, the way that this game is played is you have three different control schemes. You have the classic controller, GameCube, and the Wii Remote and Nunchuck. I am using the Wii Remote and Nunchuck because it has a little bit more of a feel to it, in my opinion. Now, you see these green things right here. These are souls, or actually your soul energy. You need these to power up your sword to be able to attack your enemies. If you have no souls, your sword will break and you will have to change to another sword. Have all your swords broken and you're in big trouble unless you have an item to fix them, like these Igarashi stones, the Omura stones. You have to have some type of stone to sharpen it and make it return back to normal. And of course, like every action game, if you of course die, or every game, if you die, you have to start at the very beginning where you left off. Now, this entire game is spoken in Japanese. So, if you don't know Japanese, well, thankfully there's subtitles. But anyway, we're going to try to see if we can do a couple boss fights real quick. Or not boss fights, but just some fights real quick. Now, to control Momohime, you just use the nunchuck, and to strike your enemies, just press the A button. Now, you also have, with each sword that you have a special technique. And some of these techniques are extremely powerful, so make sure that you save enough of your soul energy to be able to perform these techniques, because otherwise it's just going to be like wasting your energy. Now, this has a leveling up system, so it kind of feels like an action RPG in a way. Of course, it's not turn-based or anything like that. But as you earn experience, you will level up your character, and you'll be able to have more of health, of course, and more strength, as well as be able to unlock other swords for your collection to have against other enemies, and so on and so forth. Now, to access your secret techniques, if you're using the Wii Remote Nunchuck, just press the B button and you will unleash your attack. Now, you can also switch through three different blades that you have in your stash, which you can just press with the C button. Like we have one that's a 165 attack, one that's a 190, and one that's a 139. So we're going to go to the 190. And for you to execute your special attack, you just press the B button, or at least if you're using the Wii Remote Nunchuck. Now, as you play through the game, you'll be going through a whole bunch of different stages. As you can see, you will have to go through each of these to reach your objectives. And there is plenty of playtime for this title, so you definitely will be kept busy for a while. So, if you really want a good title that not only is beautiful to look at, but also deadly to play, then look no further than trying out this one. Because, I mean, everything in this whole entire game, graphically, is hand-painted. So, you can tell it kind of has like a Okami type feel to it for action pack wise, but also it's a very original title. It's nothing that's gimmicked or anything like that. There's no gimmicking in this. I mean, it's just a really cool title that's a hack and slash title for anyone who really likes to kill stuff just for fun, of course. Now, so you can actually make your own meals and stuff. Like, let's say if we wanted to, we can make a steaming hot pot of tofu. We'll actually go ahead and start making some tofu. Now, we can also use that later, actually, to actually, now we're full, I'm sorry. Some of the items that you get in this, you can actually use later, like if you make a thing of fried fish or something like that, you can do that. Now, as you see, my blade got torn into pieces, so I had to switch to another one. And I think it's time for me to use my special. Now, each sword, as I said before, has a different special technique that you can use. This one has a skull technique. Now, you have, like I said again, different techniques for each sword. But make sure that you're keeping as much soul power as you possibly can. The less soul power you have, the more likely your sword will break, making you have to transfer to another sword until one of those other swords that has broken returns back to normal. Now, otherwise though, this game it's a very well made game in my opinion. I have no other flaws, or honestly no real flaws or anything with it, except maybe they could have added, if they wanted to, Motion Plus with it. I think it would have been a cool Motion Plus title, or being the first Motion Plus title for a third-party publisher. Also, it would have been really cool if you didn't have Motion Plus, you could at least swing the Wii Remote to make it kind of slash, have like an actual slashing type feel to it. You actually feel like you're actually killing the people, or the demons and stuff. But otherwise though, this title is a very well made title. The music is awesome, the graphics are beautiful, and the control is almost fluid. It's real fluid, it's real good, it's everything about it's really awesome. So if you want to really pick up a great title for, I think it runs about right now between $29, maybe $30, somewhere around that. I know it's not as expensive when it first came out, but if you want to pick up a really cool title, go ahead and pick this one up. It's definitely worth the price. Or if you want to try it, just rent it. Go ahead and try renting it out. I mean, it's really a really great title. So, anyway though, guys, thank you very much for enjoying my review, and hope you guys watch for my next one. See you guys later.